what I love with the interviews with the senior management of companies and also the founders of companies is, where did your idea come from? Because people are full of ideas.
Oh yeah.
Some people just have ideas and don't act on them. Some people have ideas and act on them all the time. So, where did the idea for ReferralCandy come from?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I was obviously not part of the company. I was actually in college, but by the time that this idea came up, that our founders came up with the idea, so I was still pretty far from joining the company. But in 2009, both of the founders, who are both from Singapore, but they met in the US because they were attending Carnegie Mellon and kind of like one of the top engineering schools over there, and when they got back to Singapore, they were having lunch with a friend that had just started an online store. An online store in 2009 was a lot different than what it is right now. But he started this online store. I forget exactly what product this person was selling, but the kind of like the conversation came about the fact that so social media was I guess on the rise back then. I mean, I kind of remember my college days. That's when Facebook started to get really popular.
So what year? So what year was that? Basically.
2009, 2010.
Yep, it was.
So yeah, it's
Yep.
yeah. I mean, I was on Facebook all day. In class, I always had my Facebook tab open. I remember that was exactly the kind of like the boom of Facebook. And so this entrepreneur that was a friend with our co-founders, he had this online store, and he knew that his customers were talking to their friends and family about it, but he didn't have a way of tracking that down. He didn't have a way of encouraging them to keep referring, and he also wanted to leverage the social media, right? This thing where everybody's hanging out and we're all sharing links that we're enjoying. And he said, well, there's got to be a way that we can leverage social media to encourage people to refer. And that's how the idea came about. Obviously, that went through several kind of like processes, iteration processes as a product, and eventually became what ReferralCandy is today. Kind of fun fact, we last year was our 10-year anniversary, because the product actually launched in 2010. So 2020 was our 10-year anniversary. And one of the things that I managed to find on Internet Archive as a screenshot from the Shopify App Store in 2010 with our app in there. There were only a handful of apps in the App Store. And yeah, we had our logo, a different name back then, but it was there.